Hi, my name's Malcolm Jeffers. This is my wife Nadine. We have three children, Eva, Tirza, and Killian, ages 8, 6, and 4. And we've been doing these courses maybe one a year for the last 8 years. Now, that I suppose tells you something. We obviously like them, but we'd like to tell you why. These courses set a fantastic biblical foundation. They're linked back to scripture in each occasion on key teaching points, and it's great to have that reassurance that it's coming from a very firm and solid foundation.
One of the things we really like it is that they always encourage you to begin with the end in mind. So in other words, what adult do you want to raise one day? And that is somebody that is whole on all levels, spiritually, emotionally, physically, somebody who's responsible, respectful, who can contribute to society in a meaningful way. And they bring that end result back to the starting point in everything that you do. They also equip you with many tools. One of the tools that I found so helpful was an idea of parenting in the funnel. So basically, if you think about a funnel, when children are young, they're at the bottom end of the funnel. They don't have many responsibilities because they're not able to distinguish right and wrong from each other that early on. But as they grow in their moral warehouse, which we'll touch on just now, they can grow in their responsibility, they can grow in showing their maturity and their values, and therefore they can also grow in their freedoms. And we've often found that when we have issues with our parenting, it's that we've been parenting out of the funnel, and simply by bringing ourselves and our children back into the funnel, it has eliminated a lot of the issues. Another tool we found so useful is the discipline flow chart. As we all know, discipline is so tricky. There are so many philosophies about that in the world, but this flow chart is so helpful because it helps us to distinguish between normal childishness, where children just explore the world around them and they want to learn cause and effect. How do things work? Versus foolishness, which is where a child has already been instructed about a certain concept. They know that it is wrong, but choose to be deliberately disobedient. I'll give you two very quick examples of this. One of our daughters kept on swinging on our freezer door. And we kept on telling her, please stop doing that, it's going to break. And we made the mistake of not giving her a consequence the second and third time she did this. So about the fourth time she did this, the handle broke off, which caused us a financial problem. But we then had to discipline her because it was beyond the point of education. She knew it was wrong and she had to have a discipline consequence for her action. But then there was a different scenario where we were blow drying. I was blow drying her hair, and something happened and I had to rush off, and I gave her the hairdryer and I said, hold this, and I ran out of the room. And when I came back, I saw a burn mark on the carpet, and I asked her, how did this happen? And she's like, I don't know. And I said, well, I think you do. And she's like, I'm so sorry. I was so curious. I wanted to see what would happen if I pushed the hairdryer on the carpet. And I realized that this was childishness. She did not know the consequence that a hot hairdryer could have on a carpet, or anything else for that matter, because I had never instructed her on the dangers of a hairdryer. And we are trying our best to raise curious children. So she was truly being curious. So we chatted it through and we realized that this was childishness that needed instruction and education rather than discipline.
So I hope you're enjoying the examples. One other course I really enjoyed was called Protecting Moral Innocence. And one of the challenges we have as parents is when children ask us difficult questions about sex, about sexuality, where babies come from, and how do you answer these in a helpful and healthy way. So this particular course was very good to kind of have this proactive, indirect approach. A lot of things that we want to tell our children may not be age appropriate, and the weight of them may be too heavy. So courses like this really equipped us as we were going through these questions together.
The Tree of Life is also a very, very helpful book and course that helped us, because in today's positive psychology, there's a lot of, oh, be positive, don't say no, just do this and that, and be all positive. But there again, it comes back to the biblical principles of virtue versus vice, instructing your children with life-giving words. So instead of going, you are so naughty, to go, that was really unwise, and you are a wise child and you can do better, and let's talk through how you can do better next time. And we have noticed that by simply using words of life versus words of vice, that it has had an incredible impact on both the atmosphere in our children's hearts as well as the atmosphere in our home.
We're very thankful for these courses. They've equipped us and given us tools, and every parent gets it wrong. Please understand we are not perfect parents, but these have helped give us tools that have given us a sense of what are we characterized by, what actually is the way that we intend to parent, and how can we do that better each year. Really wish you all the best as parents in the journey of parenting. It's incredibly fulfilling, as you know, challenging, as you know, and these courses are a great asset, and we'd really encourage you to go on them.